miss me when I'm gone. The unconscious, a vast reserve of unacceptable and hard-to-tolerate thoughts, desires, and memories. Moving on to the preconscious, thoughts which are unconscious at the particular moment, but aren't repressed, and therefore able to be recalled easily. Moving on, the conscious deals with awareness of present thoughts, feelings, memories, fantasies at any particular moment. And now we can see that most of the id is at the unconscious, whereas the ego floats at the preconscious and conscious, and the superego is just kind of all over. The id, always wanting something that makes us feel good.
I wanna suck on something.
The ego somehow has to manage to please everyone.
I wanna suck on something.
Mom's giving us a pacifier, let's just suck on that.
Yay!
And the superego, that guy who never wants to do anything remotely interesting.
So I wanna suck on something.
Thumb?
We're way too old for that. How about the—
No!
But why? Society tells us that's not okay. Who cares? Yeah, well, I care.
Can you both just shut up? Lollies?
Like, I guess I'm okay with that. Like, okay. Like, as long as I get to suck on something.
In the oral stage, children find pleasure in sucking on things, such as their thumbs. Fixations in this stage include things such as overeating,
This is like so good.
over-reliance on others, being too gullible.
Hey, did you know if your hand is bigger than your face, you have cancer?
Oh, really? Oh.
Or, on the contrast, you could be pessimistic,
I just wanna die.
or you could be a little too aggressive.
You wanna go at me?
In the anal stage, children learn that they have to control when they poo and pee.
Sitting on a toilet. Sitting on a toilet.
Fixations in this stage include anal retentive, which is generally organized, or anal expulsive, which is generally disorganized.
The next stage is called the phallic stage, and this is roughly between 3 to 5 years of age. This is when the child supposedly, because this is the most controversial stage of them all, supposedly the child starts to discover his genitalia and has joy playing with his genitalia.
Freud created this theory, which was very controversial even to this day. And long story short, it's when the child, whether it be a boy or a girl, he ended up making it, would want to have sex with their mother as
No.
Anyway, moving on from that. Fixations in this stage will include sexual overindulgence or avoidance, or on the contrary, confused sexual identity.
No.
In the latency stage, all your weird sexual desires as a kid get repressed into your unconscious, and nothing really happens. So here's two guys playing the cup song.
Gonna miss me by the hair, gonna miss me everywhere. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Yay!
In the genital stage, all those repressed thoughts that you once had re-emerge, and except instead of like on yourself, it's on the opposite sex.
Yes, girl, talk dirty to me. Talk Freud psychoanalysis to me, girl.
When you have two idiots arguing with each other, you need a way to help stop yourself from going into insanity.
The first being repression, when you banish any thoughts, fears, or feelings that cause anxiety. You banish them into your unconscious. hoping to forget about them forever. For example, if say you were bullied, you forget them and you repress them down deep down into your unconscious. Then they can only be triggered by special circumstances to bring them back up again.
Reaction formation, which in a sense is passive aggressiveness, in which you switch your negative impulses to its opposite.
Regression, when you revert back to a younger psychosexual stage or behavior, such as a child sucking his own thumb when he is scared.
Projection, which is where you attribute your own insecurities and impulses and notice them and point them out onto others.
Rationalization, when you justify your actions with positive reasons as opposed to the actual reasons, which are probably more negative, such as, say, eating all the ice cream just because you felt fat. You eat your ice cream and you justify it to yourself by saying, oh, I ate all the ice cream so that my family wouldn't be fat.
Displacement, which is when you shift your sexual or aggressive impulses onto a less threatening object or person. So for example, when you get yelled at by your boss at work, you come home and you can either slam on a door if it's an object or yell at your roommate because, you know, they won't hurt you, hopefully.
Denial, when you refuse to accept or perceive painful realities such as, oh, I'm not 100 kilos, or oh no, I can fit into these pants, or oh no, this ice cream isn't that fattening. Because Freud's ideas in psychological development in life's early stages have become so widespread, many experts after him have voiced their opinions on his work and the impact his ideas have had on psychoanalysis today. David Shakow and David Rappaport, in their paper of The Influence of Freud on American Psychology, talked about how Freud was mostly speculative and theoretical in his findings, whereas his findings couldn't actually be experimented on, it couldn't be proven wrong, which why wouldn't be as scientific as, say, Newton's 3 laws. Also, that Freud's influence has been great, because he created all these new vocabulary that all these new psychologists have been using, but his impact has been really slight because his theories have not been widely accepted and have been criticized as quite sexist and misogynistic. Roy Schaefer, in his paper of Problems in Freud's Psychology of Women, talks about this misogyny. He argues that Freud has a poor understanding of female development and that most of his assumptions on the subconscious female mind can be quite sexist and patriarchal. Tude's understanding of the female mind was limited, as he was a man. This is the basis of Schaefer's major critique on Freud, his theory of penis envy. This theory explains how girls at a young age subconsciously wish for a penis to have sex with their mother. They begin to wish for their father's penis, and then their affections move from their mother to their father, whom they wish would impregnate them. This theory is admitted by Freud to be somewhat inaccurate at best. Even with this admission, according to Schaefer, Freud never did consolidate and develop a fundamental change in his viewpoint of female development, which is second-rate. Another issue Schaefer has with Freud is titled The Problem of Women's Morality and Objectivity. According to Schaefer, Freud's theories of the female superego and female morality seem to wrongly suggest that women are less moral than men are. Freud theorizes that men better follow morals, and that this rigidity and obsession to their principles led men to be more moral than women, who are guided more by their feelings in the present than their pre-existing values. Schaefer argues that these two ways of thinking, male and female, cannot be quantified on a scale, so no one way of thinking can be better than the other. Schaefer then rebuts Freud's justification of his own theory of females being more immoral, which is that the penis envy that women experience causes them to compromise their morality to satisfy these wants to be loved, invaded, and impregnated. Schaefer's counter-argument is that women should be more able to adapt to their moral code along with cultural changes in society than a man's implacable superego would allow. At the end of his paper, Schaefer then reiterates his major point of criticism in the inherently sexist nature of Freud's studies. The differences in ego development between the two sexes are qualitative, not quantitative, and these do not make one sex more moral than the other.
Nice recording.
I want to suck on something.
Mom's giving us a pacifier. Let's just suck on that.
Yay! I was annoyed by a second.